Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Slade, the Buffyverse Revisited. I'm one of your hosts, I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
And ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Season 7, the beginning of Season 7, the final season, well, of this version of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yes. For you, our wonderful audience, it has only been a week. But
there has been no downtime whatsoever for you guys.
But for us, your intrepid hosts, we have not recorded an episode since October of 2025.
Right. That's right. And just as a little peek behind the curtain, today is Friday the 23rd.
It is.
So yeah, we've had a bit of a break, James.
We have had a bit of a break, but again, the plus side for the audience is no downtime for them. A consistent, steady stream of James and Germs. Right.
Plus, our new schedule. Is this the? How long have we been doing this new schedule?
I think this is the third season now.
Okay, I thought so too. This will be the third. I think we did 5 and 6 that way.
Yeah.
And then now 7. Okay, so It's just a much better schedule. It's like a few weekends of really grinding, and then it's like 4 years off.
Right. Like, because peek behind the curtain, in theory, if we stick to how we want to do it, we should be done recording season 7 by March. Before March, even.
I was going to say, it should be more like February, because it only takes 3.5 weekends if we do it like we normally would. It's literally 3. It's 3 full weekends and then a Friday and Saturday of another weekend, and boom, season done.
Yeah, so we should be done by, like, at the very least the last week of February.
Yeah, end of February.
Yeah.
Right.
So just a little peek behind the curtains.
Just in time to enjoy, well, nothing.
Just the remaining bitter cold of the season.
The bitter cold, the self-loathing. Oh, sorry, I'm projecting.
Wow.
My bad.
Wow. Speaking of self-loathing, how you doing, Jeremy?
Right. We haven't even seen each other or spoken since October of 2025. Right. Okay, that's a lie. That's right. James, and you were here for Thanksgiving Day.
We were there for the Thanksgiving holiday. We were there for the entire week of Thanksgiving. Your mother was gracious enough to let us stay with her, and I was able to set up a little workspace for myself to work from there for a few days, and it was nice. It was lovely. It was a good time.
You and I were supposed to do some in-person recording and surprise the audience.
We were.
However, as is our thing, we shirked our responsibilities and
we did. We shirked our.
Well, we were going to do it. How did that work? We were going to do it Black Friday.
Right.
Yes, we were going to do it Black Friday, and then I was like, "Hey, I'm lazy, and how about we push it a few days?" And then you guys actually ended up having to leave like a day or two early because there was a nasty snowstorm coming in.
Yeah, the original plan was to do it Black Friday, and then we decided to bump it to Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we ended up actually having to leave a couple days early because of the incoming snowstorms, which is wont to happen here in the Midwest.
Here in the Western Mid, that does happen.
Yes.
But yeah, we had a good time, and of course we speak much more frequently now than we did before you married into my family.
Before I married into your family, yes. Yep. Before I became part of your clan.
Yes, you're now a kinsman. Same clan, different vintage.
Same clan, different vintage. Same different vintage.
By the way, just going to throw a little stat out there.
Uh-huh.
February 14th, 2022. What do you think that might be referring to, James?
I don't know.
That was the date of our very first episode, Welcome to the Hellmouth,
Really?
dropping live. It was.
Wow, on Valentine's Day.
Right. Well, now, technically, if you look back at the beginning, there was an episode 0, and that was just like a little 3-minute thing. It was just me. I made some goofy kind of like, hey, everybody, coming to you live, and just basically telling people what the show was going to be about and how it was going to work and all that. But our first actual episode dropped February 14th, Deuce Deuce.
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
So it's really kind of funny to think that it has taken us nearly 4 years to get to season 7. Again, it has taken us nearly 8 years to get to season 7.
It is closing in on 22 years to get to season 7.
It's pathetic that we are just at the beginning of season 7, 63 years on from beginning.
The fact that we are just now doing season 7, 175 years after we first started. But we look good for our age.
We do, especially considering when we began to now is now stardate 38426.9.
Wow, star dates.
Yes, we don't need. Yeah.
Wow, we ventured straight into Star Trek territory. I love it.
Right.
Though, can you imagine what it would be like living in the futuristic utopia that Star Trek predicted?
Well, that's as long as you don't live in the Star Trek universe that they're doing now, which is called New Trek, which is absolute, utter, complete, liquid shit. They've completely destroyed it. But in what I consider the canon, true Roddenberry Trek verse, oh, absolutely, it would be phenomenal. No famine, no wars, no money. Money's gone. It's not needed. Everyone is
equal.
It's just, and everyone is happy. And if it, it's something we're never going to see, James.
Nope.
We like to arrest 5-year-olds after preschool here in our reality.
We like to shoot peaceful protesters right in their faces.
Yes, and or threaten them with, we're talking United States citizens here. Threaten them with automatic machine guns. So
yes,
basically, we are living in a hellscape.
We are living in a hellscape. It's hard.
And I want to know. I would just like to know, really quick, where all of these Second Amendment nut jobs are, who have always said, hey, we believe in this because we need to fight if the government ever gets tyrannical and fascist. Right. So where are those fucktards?
Yeah. No, it's because the tyranny and fascism that the government is implementing right now is tyranny and fascism that they're in favor of because it's not against them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, we live in a dumpster fire. Is that what you're saying?
That is exactly what I'm saying. Yes, we live in a dumpster fire. Absolutely.
I thought so too.
Absolutely.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
So, James, you asked me before we began recording. You asked me about a particular movie trailer.
I did, but I don't really want to hear your thoughts on it. So
Okay. Okay. Cool.
No, I asked if you had seen. I said to you, my exact words were, "Dude, real quick before we start, that Masters of the Universe trailer. Come on."
Yes, and I said yes and no. First of all, and you can verify this through my sister. As a young lad, there was nothing more important to me in the world than He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Mm-hmm.
I probably had every toy that was ever made, including both castles, both Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain. Anyway, I got He-Man like every year for Christmas because that's literally what I wanted. Probably saw every episode 70 to 114 times each. So yeah, He-Man was my world. And I have waited for this day for now on 47 years. And I'm a little disappointed. TBH.
Dude, why? How?
I have my biggest gripe. This is really my biggest gripe. Everything else looked pretty good, but this is my biggest gripe. Why is it every time we adapt a property, whether it's a cartoon, a comic, whatever, when we adapt it for the screen, why is it we can get right there to perfection, but they're always like, well, let's change this one little thing. And it, like, why can't you just use the goddamn source material that's there? Oh, he's on Earth. He was sent away as a young boy. And, which is such a, it's so, oh my God, this has been done so many times. It's so fucking, it's just overdone. This exact trope of, oh, I was sent away as a young boy to live on Earth so that my enemies could not find me, and it's just, fuck off. Why can't we just pick up, just hear me out, why can't we just pick up in the movie where, let's say he's 16, 17-ish, he's Prince Adam, he's been on Eternia his whole goddamn life, with his mother and father, the king and queen. Then one day he stumbles upon the sorceress. She tells him of his destiny as He-Man. He maybe fights against it a little bit. All hell breaks loose. He finally takes up the sword. Boom. Simple. Source material. Everything else, fine and dandy. Nope. I was born a lonely child on Earth. And I just, fuck off. That just pisses me off. I'm so tired of that trope. Not just that specific trope, but we gotta get in there. We gotta change up a little bit. I just see these little beady-eyed fucking movie producer guys that are like, let's put a little spin on this thing, and I'm like, how about you just die in a house fire? So there you go, James. There's my take. Everything else looked fine. Everything else looked perfectly, like once they're on Eternia and blah, 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 it looked perfectly fine. Although I did hear one thing that's got me a little concerned. And I'm not sure if this is true. Is Jared Leto, in fact, Skeletor?
Yes.
The movie will bomb then, because he has cancer. And I don't know why. I do not understand why.
we talked about this, I think, a couple times.
Yeah.
During last season. I brought it up. I was like, it seems like every time they announce a movie, like they announced Tron Legacy.
Yeah, Legacy.
And I was so excited. I'm like, I loved Tron. Tron.
Ares.
Shit, what was the? Oh no, the sequel was Legacy.
Right.
I loved Tron. I loved Tron Legacy. Then they announced Tron Ares. I was like, okay, great, another Tron movie. And then they're like, it's going to star Jared Leto. I was like, fuck.
Yep, it's gonna and it did, it shit itself,
And then
and I don't know why.
And then they announced a new live action He-Man. I've been waiting for this for years. Live action Masters of the Universe movie. They announced the cast. I'm like, all right, I've never heard of this guy. That's fine, whatever. The Idris Elba is Man at Arms. I'm like, all right, I'm down with that. I like some Idris Elba.
I could have taken Idris Elba as He-Man, but just saying.
Sure. And then they're like, then they get around to Jared Leto as Skeletor. Like, why? Fuck.
Yeah. It's like, do you guys want this to fail?
It's only a matter of time before they announce he's got a role in the upcoming Highlander reboot.
That or I was thinking when they finally get 007 figured out and what they're going to do there, they're going to be like, he's going to be the villain. And then that first 007 movie will make $4 at the box office. $4. I don't understand it. We've talked about that. Like Morbius or whatever that show was, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But that wasn't on him. That was just a bad fucking movie. I don't know. He has the look. He has the talent. He is a little, I will say he is a little, in certain roles, he's a little robotic and kind of meh. But
Which actually worked out perfect for him in Tron Ares.
In Tron, sure. Yeah.
And the movie still was whatever.
There's something about that guy, man. He's a fucking curse.
Yeah.
And so here's my other complaint. Well, this isn't a complaint. This is more of an observation and an LOL. We see Adam, He-Man, on Earth. And I like how he's got that peach colored dress shirt on, because that's what he always wore as out. So I was like, okay, nice touch. Yeah. But the haircut, they gave him the He-Man haircut.
Yep.
And that is not working on Earth in 2024. I'm like, there is no one walking around with that haircut ever. So that cracked me up.
Yeah, I like that they gave him the He-Man haircut, and he's wearing like the shirt that's like reminiscent of Prince Adam's tunic. Yeah.
Right. And the fact that when you see him finally as He-Man, they finally answered the question that those aren't actually like furry shorts. Those are his pubes.
Yes. His pubes just grow out and around.
Right. That's He-Man,
Right. The only thing that disappointed me about the trailer, and I get it because we're still a while away from the movie, so they don't want to give everything, is I was disappointed that we didn't at least get a brief glimpse of Cringer in his Battle Cat form.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was my other complaint, is I didn't like the way Cringer was like a badass. And I'm like, no, he's Cringer. He's not a badass until he's Battle Cat. He should be hiding underneath something when all the hell's breaking loose. And also, where the fuck is Orko?
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm sure they're saving some things for.
One other question. I could not tell in the trailer, because you don't see Skeletor too much and too closely, but is that a muscle suit or is Skeletor CGI?
I would imagine like the face is probably CGI. I don't know about the rest of the body.
Okay. And my final little critique is I wish He-Man was a little bit bigger. A little bit. I don't mean taller. Like a little bit more. Like, did you ever watch the Robot Chicken skit?
Yeah.
Where everybody's on steroids in the He-Man universe and fucking yeah, it's like even like the old people, they're all fucking ripped to shreds, and I don't know. Anyway.
Should we talk about Buffy?
Well, I think you have some things to read to us.
I do. Because of our new well, not new, but because of the way we record now, sometimes we get things from people, and it may be after we've already recorded. And
it's usually envelopes full of anthrax.
It is. Yeah, can you guys stop sending Stop sending that.
Yeah, you've already killed me like 11 times.
Right. I have died 15 times already.
Yeah, not including the 38 times that I have died.
Right. And then on top of that, there's the 72 times I died.
Right. It's ridiculous for me to have died 111 times already just for one show.
Right. Like, after the 227th time I died, I was like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I'm immortal and a badass, but come on. Dying 338 times, it gets fucking old.
Right, right. Speaking of being a badass, before we get into the emails, I did want to mention that I'm sure our audience, both listening and viewing, noticed that we had a different intro this season.
We did.
And,
we did.
And that intro is, I believe, the first 30 seconds, correct?
Correct.
Of a song that our esteemed co-host, Jeremy, wrote and produced and did everything on, basically, entitled Hellmouth.
It is indeed.
And it's a loving lyrical and musical tribute to the world of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Is there anywhere that the audience can find the full version?
Absolutely, James. They can go to jeremy.net, which, if you see, can they see how my name is spelled on the YouTube thing? Well, anyway, my name is spelled strange. It's JEREMEY.net. And there you will be taken to my music site, and you will be able to choose, I think I have 6 albums, something. If you click on the Void Orchids album, the last track listed there, you will see Hellmouth. And of course, like with all the songs on there, you have a lyric link that will open up a little slide in with the lyrics. Because if you're anything like me, you like to read your lyrics when you're listening to new music. So there you have it.
Yeah, and it's phenomenal. It's I can't say enough good things about the song itself.
Not about me, but about the song.
Right, about the song itself. Jeremy, whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing burger. It is a great song. I was blown away the first time we heard it. That being myself and Darlene, it's a great song. And
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Definitely take the time to listen to some of Jeremy's other works as well.
Indeed. Take the time, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have a life. You have nothing else to do.
You don't.
Because if you did, you wouldn't be listening to this number 11 rated podcast in Uganda.
Yes, the number. I almost forgot about that we are the number 11 podcast in Uganda.
That's
wow.
right.
That is, I don't know, it feels good though, you know?
It feels good because it's where Kamala's from. The Ugandan giant.
That's true. That is where Uganda. Yeah.
James has had a stroke.
I did have a stroke. I was just like, sure. Okay.
That is where Uganda is as for.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I was looking up something and I lost track of what I was actually doing, which was these emails from. So first, I would like to welcome David B5X to our YouTube channel. He subscribed back on November 11th 2025. Thank you for joining us.
We're only 2 months late in saying thanks.
Yeah. But we hope you're continuing to be around for this exciting adventure. Our next email came in on 11/10/2025 from our good friend RKB Domain.
Okay.
And he says, just a quick note, hello and thanks. I just logged on and saw a 2+ hour episode on Gone, and I'm going to sit back and listen to it. Have been very much enjoying your season 6 commentary and still so grateful the show is back. Prayer hands emoji. Season 6 is absolutely ridiculous, and you are right to call out the nonsense, especially with Giles and Willow's characters. And this is a part I found particularly funny. I assume you guys are atheists, but you are doing God's work.
Well, yes, we are, but
I've never prescribed to the idea that I'm an atheist. I like to say that I don't know.
So you're agnostic.
I'm agnostic. Yes,
I was agnostic. I was agnostic for many, many years, and I would say about, I don't know, five years ago or so, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that there's no sky daddy. So
yeah, I always like to say that I don't know what God or gods may or may not exist. And it's not for me to determine, who else should or shouldn't believe in whatever they choose to. So,
well, yeah, I totally believe everyone should be able to believe and do as they please.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my take. Yeah, I've always considered myself more agnostic than atheist. So, and then.
So that's very libertarian of you. You can't pick a side.
And then on 11/11, RKB Domain emailed us back and said, maybe the best episode so far, in referring to Gone. You guys are so funny and such insightful Buffy analysts. Which makes me... I have to ask, RKB, are you actually listening to the podcast?
We are clearly idiots. And
or are you just saying things?
Are you just being nice?
No, thank you. We appreciate it. He goes on to say... should be in the Buffy Podcasting Hall of Fame. We agree. We
listen. The award should be named after us.
Right. And honestly, it should be given to us as the first inductees, and then never given to anybody else.
Ever.
Right. He goes on to say, but you will probably not get past the standard initial AI podcast transcript review protocol that all inductees must pass in the year 2042. That's probably accurate, RKB Domain.
Yep.
That is probably very accurate.
Plus, we could never compete with all the what I call the big money podcasts. The ones that, like those two bitches that are doing one that started after us that get paid a ridiculous
those
amount.
Sluts.
Those fucking whores.
Right. So that is our update. Thank you for emailing and the kind words, and just know that we will acknowledge whatever you send to us in as timely a manner as we can, as long as you are aware that it may be several months before that happens.
Because James only checks our email once per season.
That's not true. But if they don't email until after we're done recording, what can I do about that? And realistically, there's no way they can email before we're done recording.
No. Well, what they could do is be like, okay, I bet you they're in the process of recording right now, so I'm going to preemptively send an email about this particular episode and be like, guys, you were freaking hilarious, and go that
That's
route.
true. That's true. They could do that. Take note, everybody.
I think I failed to say my normal thing at the beginning. Okay, let's start fresh. James, let's start all over. Let's delete the last 30 minutes and start over. We need to get into some Buffy because we're 30 minutes in. So, what do you say? We are going to be Dumbledoring our way into Season 7, Episode 1, Lessons.
Yes. I did want to say one thing real quick. Our viewing audience will notice that starting with Season 7, I am no longer including the original Buffy trailer for the episode we will be reviewing. Honestly, it's just something that I'm eliminating to kind of make the video version a little bit easier for me to snip and get up.
Because he's lazy.
So, yes, because I'm lazy.
But see, I was smart from the beginning with the audio, and I've always been lazy from day one.
Yeah.
So they expect very little from me. So, bam.
So the original trailer for the episode will no longer be included at the beginning of the episode. We will go right into the introductions.
Bare naked antics during the introductions.
Bare naked antics. Yes, just in case anybody was like, "What the hell? Where's the Buffy trailer?" I've got too much going on,
I'm sure most people were like, "Why do I have to watch this 25-year-old trailer?"
Maybe they might have been. So where were we? Yes, as previously stated, we will be Dumbledoring into Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 7, Episode 1, our 123rd episode of the series overall, Lessons. Our episode credited writer this week is Joss Whedon, and our credited director, David Sullivan. Our original air date was September 24th, 2002. 2002.
Did you just say 2002? Okay, boomer.
Yeah, 2002 on the now defunct UPN network. Our Nielsen rating for this episode, 3.1, ranking it 83 out of the 125 primetime shows airing on network television that week, and number 2 out of the 10 primetime shows airing on UPN for that week. Our regular cast, as always, includes Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy, Nicholas Brendan as Xander, Emma Caulfield as Anya, Michelle Trachtenberg as Dawn, James Marsters as Spike, and Allison Hannigan as Willow. Our special guest star this week includes Anthony Stewart Head as Giles, and our guest stars this week include Alex Breckenridge as Kit, Kaylee Rocha as Halfrick, D.B. Woodside as Principal Wood, Mark Metcalf as the Master, Juliet Landau as Drusilla, Harry Groner as Mayor Wilkins, George Hertzberg as Adam, Claire Kramer as Glory, and Adam Bush as Warren.
He said Bush.
My episode synopsis this week reads, I misplaced this, but I need to find it. Buffy takes Dawn to her first day at the newly restored Sunnydale High, only to discover it still holds the deep, dark secrets of the past. And a remorseful Willow turns to Giles as the Coven to learn to control her magic.
Okay. Mine reads, Sunnydale High is reopened with a newly designed campus and a new principal, Robin Wood. It is Dawn's first day at school there, and Buffy accompanies her to class, only to discover evil spirits lurking in the children's assholes. No, sorry, lurking in the basement.
Wow.
Basement.
Okay, basement. I like yours. Yours is good. I like mine too. Whatever.
I hated you.
Of course you did. We open, and we are in Istanbul, and we see a young lady running quite frantically, glancing over her shoulder in a fearful manner, and we see that she's being chased by some men in hooded robes.
Whoa!
What?
Hooded robes? What is this?
Oh, I think you know.
Is this today?
It is today, actually.
Okay.
She comes pretty close to escaping, but they end up catching her, and she actually makes it up on top of this roof, and one of the hooded figures is already up there in weight and grabs her and throws her off the roof down to the ground, at which point two other hooded figures grab her and hold her down, while a third produces a rather large dagger and proceeds to stab her. Yes. At which point we cut to Buffy and Dawn in one of Sunnydale's many cemeteries, and Buffy is giving Dawn a little training session about how to fight vampires and who holds the power and all of that jazz. And as they're talking, this newly made vampire rises from the grave and comically gets stuck in the grave and needs Buffy's help getting him out. And she grabs him and pulls him out, and she proceeds to let him attack Dawn, and Dawn ends up...
She allows him to bite Dawn.
Right. And Dawn is basically toast, and Buffy steps in and saves her. And then Buffy tells her that she did a good job for her first time out, and that the first time she patrolled and met a vampire, she missed the heart as well.
She stabbed the guy right in the dick, and I was like, that's not even close, Buffy.
And they proceed to gather up their weapons and exit the cemetery as they're talking about how tomorrow is Dawn's first day at the newly reopened Sunnydale High. Well, actually, we don't know that it's Sunnydale High. They're talking about how there's something big and awful happening, and Dawn's like, I just can't believe it's back. And then we cut to the next day, which is the grand opening, the ribbon cutting. Oh my God. The ribbon cutting for the newly rebuilt and reopened Sunnydale High, being presided over by brand new Principal Wood. And that's our cold open. Wolf Owl, roll credits.
Is Principal Wood cunting?
Not yet.
Not yet. Then we cut to jolly old England. When we come back from what would have been a commercial break. Cut to
I'm going to interrupt you real quick. There was something I forgot to mention. There's this funny little moment that kind of made me go like, what? So after Buffy pulls the newly sired and risen vampire out of the grave, he turns to her, and she's like, before he before she turns him in Dawn's direction, she's like, I'm the Slayer, you know, you don't want to mess with me, yada yada. And like he looks like he acknowledges that. And it made me wonder, like, for the first time in now 7 seasons, like, do they get a crash course in vampire?
Well, this is what I always assumed, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the writers are just bad. No, seriously. I always just assumed because when they're turned into a vampire, that demon enters their body and suppresses and gets rid of their soul.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always assumed that demon knows, like, you know, Slayer, kill, drink blood. You know what I mean? Like, knows like the basics already.
All right, I'm willing to go. I'll buy that for $1.
Okay. Well, it's actually, due to inflation, it's actually $73 now.
I'm not paying the tariffs on that shit.
Well, okay. I'll send it back to Istanbul.
I was told that we don't pay for the tariffs.
Well, you were lied to by an orange buffoon. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. So now we're in jolly old England, in Westbury, England. And, I love this scene. Giles is just kind of riding. Well, I wouldn't even say riding. He's more just kind of sitting on a horse in like a field area, and he's got on the full Monty fucking like Western duster. Like, you can't ride a horse unless you wear a Western duster. You see,
right.
And then the camera kind of tracks, and it goes over to Willow, who's sitting under a tree and looking at a flower, and the flower kills her immediately.
The flower turns out to be Audrey too.
And it's like she's doing something with it, with her witchcraft, like pulling it up through the earth. And Giles comes over and kneels down, and he's like, what did we say about magic, you fucking psycho bitch? And then he pulls a knife and fucking takes her out before she can go crazy again. No, they talk about, he's like, that doesn't look like it belongs here. And she's like, oh, that's because it doesn't. It's from Queefville or something. I don't know. Paraguay, whatever. She's pulled it through the earth from Paraguay to England because she's talking about how she's learned with the coven there that everything is connected and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Wicca, 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 earth, 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 blah, blah, blah. So...
La-dee-da-dee-da.
La-dee frickin' da. No, but she's like learning to control and blah, blah, yada, yada, but she's scared, and she's like, I killed people, Giles. And he's like, I have killed a lot of fucking people. Do you see me acting like a little bitch?
He is like, I have straight up murdered so many people.
So many. You don't have any friends, Willow, who haven't murdered at least one person. So why are you queefing out over here? And then he gives her a little smack in the face, and she's like, oh. And he's like, yeah, there's more where that came from. But she's just like, she's being all emo, and he's like, you know, you can be helped, and you can be Willow again. Because she's like, I just want to be Willow. And he's like, well, who the fuck are you? You look like Willow to me.
Like Willow to me.
Why are you being such a little bitch?
So you flayed a guy alive. Big fucking deal.
Big fucking deal. Do you know what Ripper... You know how I got the name Ripper, bitch? Do you want to know?
It's not because I'm lactose intolerant.
That's how I got the name Ripper. So Xander shows up to the Buff abode to pick up Dawn and Buffy. By the way, I want to make note of something here. as Buffy's walking around her house, she is dressed like a whore. I'm just saying. She has these white pants on. Now, don't get me wrong. She looks quite good. She has these white pants on. They're like hip huggers, you know? And they're way down there. And then this like white blouse that's like kind of high. So you see like her whole midsection, right? And she's going to go with Dawn to the new Sunnydale High because she obviously wants to check it the fuck out.
It's fun. It is kind of funny you mention how Buffy is dressed, because I don't remember if it was this episode or one of the other ones we watched in preparation for starting up this season of the podcast. But Darlene, while we were watching, was like, she wears less and less clothes each season.
Yes, because Joss is more and more of a rapist with each season.
He just gets more and more.
Yeah. So, okay. I said that because I'm going to bring it up again here shortly. When she takes all of it off. You know what I'm saying? No? Okay.
You were watching the Euro minutes again, weren't you?
Probably, yes. So they head to school, and at first I was thinking, what the fuck? Why is Xander all dressed up? Because Buffy says why. Sorry, had to hit the cough button.
But also, like, I get that he's like the project manager for the rebuilding of the school.
Well, that's where I was gonna like.
Oh,
you just
go ahead.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry.
You just jizzed on my fucking mop, bro. So
here, let me clean that up for you.
Oh, okay. I just threw up in my mouth. So he's all dandified up when he gets there to their house, and he's like
wearing his father's suit, as Darlene said.
It's exactly what it looked like, untailored, fucking like right off the rack. And it was like it's like 20 years past fucking like the style, but he's wearing his Sunday duds. And he's like, well, here I've got the plans for the new building, and I was able to get the plans for the old building, and he like puts them on each other and puts them up to the glass, and he's like, here you can see and look where the Hellmouth actually is. It's still the library. And I was like, oh, what? I don't see that.
No, it doesn't. He said it's the principal's office now.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Like, my point was that it doesn't matter, like, where in the, like, what is over top of the hell, like, does that matter, what's over top the Hellmouth? I don't know. I just thought it was a very...
I think just for the fact of knowing where in the new building the Hellmouth is actually located, it's important.
Why? It was never important before until the mayor turned into a fuckworm and the Hellmouth was trying to open. I don't know. It just seemed like a big okay to me. Like that's a lot of work for information I don't really need that much at all ever. So then they all head off to school, and I'm thinking, what? Okay. Xander, do you not have a life? Well, we find out when they pull up to school that Xander is, in fact, after 2 seasons of being a construction worker, so approximately 1 year of actual time, he is now like the head fucking project manager of this, what would ostensibly be a multi-million-dollar project of rebuilding this school. Yeah, he's just a full-on pimp contractor. It's not bad for a year's worth of work. he went from, cleaning the porta potties to he's now the fucking the head honcho. So that's why he's there, because there are still a couple of wings of the school that are not completed, like the science wing, and I forget what the other ones were. So he will be on campus throughout.
I believe he specifically mentioned the gym. The gym
could have been, yeah. I know they mentioned the science wing too. So anyway, that's why he's there.
The James P. Mayberry science wing was named after me.
Oh, okay. That's gay. So after so they all get out
and it has since been renamed the Donald J. Trump James P. Mayberry Science Wing.
The Donald Jessica Trump James P. Mayberry.
That's what I always call him too. Donald Jessica Trump.
Yeah, we've been saying that for like 3 years.
Oh.
Okay, James had another stroke. I
just usually don't listen to you when you talk.
I know. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, so they're all heading up to the school together, and now I've noticed that at least Buffy has like pulled her like hip huggers up and pulled the shirt part down, so like she ain't just like all hanging out, in the hoo-hee. But she's still looking good, I'll tell you that, motherfucker. I'm loving it. So this really weird guy comes up, bald black guy, earring, or wait, two earrings or one ear? I think it was 2 earrings. I think there was one in each ear. Little goatee, shaved bald head. James, you're muted.
I was trying to talk and it told me. I know it definitely one earring. I'll have to pay more attention next time to see if he's gone full homo and has them both pierced.
Whoa! What? So you definitely need to go all the way to hell.
Wow. Wow.
So shit. Now I'm trying to remember because this isn't in the actual notes. So like he confuses Buffy, like he thinks Buffy is Dawn's mom, and she's like, "Bitch, do I look that old to you?" And he's like, "Oh, a little bit." And she's like, "You're a fucking dead man." And no, they had this weird back and forth, and then Dawn fucks off to go to class. Buffy's like, "I'm just gonna wander around campus." And Principal Wood is like, yeah, that's totally 100% acceptable and fine, even in this post-Columbine era.
I was
feel
just
free.
Say, it is so, because just like you said, we're in a post-Columbine era. Not to mention the fact that Sunnydale, in general, like has
murders like every other day.
Right. Like, it just baffled me that she was allowed to... And I get, like, you have to suspend disbelief, but, like, I remember being in school post-Columbine, and no, even till this day, you don't get to just be any random person and walk into the school and walk around.
Now, I don't have...
Just to go pick up, like... my nieces and nephews from their school, I had to go through like a 3-month vetting process.
You had to be fingerprinted and they had to inspect your asshole. I was out.
No, but it was like the times that I have had to go pick them up for some reason, like my sister had to call and notify them that I was coming to pick them up. I had to produce ID to show I was who I said I was. Like,
and that despite appearances, you weren't, in fact, a child killer.
Right. Because I can see how people might be like, oh, that guy.
I don't know about all that.
And then I was never left unsupervised while they brought the children to me.
Yeah, so, you were held at gunpoint.
Right. So yeah, she's walking around the school all willy-nilly, and I'm like, no, this would not happen.
Yeah, no. Now, granted, I was not in when Columbine happened. I had been out of high school for like 2 years, so um, I don't know what it was like to be in school. You know, post let's murder our fellow classmates. Um, but I always assumed that I was always like, I feel like this probably wouldn't, especially in California. I just kind of feel like that wouldn't be just okay. Like where she's like, oh, I think because she even says like, I think I'm just gonna, how did she say? I think I'm just gonna get to know the new campus and, just kind of go around and fuck with things. And he's like, okay, sounds great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because even when I was in school, like, people couldn't just come into the school and just roam around.
Right.
Somebody would be like, hey, so who the fuck are you? Like, I don't know. It just, but whatever. We'll go with it. So as Buffet is wandering about, she goes into a bathroom, and for some reason she's brushing her teeth in the school no, she's looking in the mirror, and I think she just took a big dump because she's washing her hands. I think she had a little.
She was like, I'm not. There's no way I'm gonna make it home to drop this deuce.
She's like, this turtle head is peeking.
And she's like, B, even if I could make it home, I do not want to stink up the house with what's about to happen.
Yeah, like this is what you call a fucking 3-day stank.
Right.
So I'm dropping this here at school, and so she unloaded one hell of a heinous fucking truth bomb there in the new school. So yeah, she's looking in the.
It was like if you ate Taco Bell and buffalo wings,
and being lactose intolerant, drank an entire gallon of milk.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was. Whew. You remember the scene from Dumb and Dumber?
Yes.
Very mild. That's very mild. Hers actually produced smoke and toxic green gas. And it was
smelled like a combination of tires and flesh burning.
Yes. Wrapped in burnt bacon. It was sad.
Which brings up a good point. How is it that bacon it can smell so good when it's cooking, but you just a tinge too much and it is like the worst stank ever?
Yeah, and you literally want to not be able to smell ever again.
Right.
Yeah. That's why I don't eat fucking filthy animals. So, she's in the bathroom washing her hands, looking in the mirror. Okay, we'll find out more about it later, but she looks down and she sees this weird little, it literally looks like a chicken, like a chicken foot. Mm-hmm. It's just a little cut off. It's just chilling. And she's like, what? And she kind of picks it up and she's checking it out. And then this dead bitch appears. Like she sees her through the mirror. And she's clearly like some kind of zombie dead something. And she's like, you weren't able to protect me and you won't be able to protect her either. She's a fucking dead man. And then and then Buffy's like, wow. Sorry. Couldn't like, save y'all.
Buffy's like, protect you? I don't even know who the fuck you are.
Yeah, who the fuck even are you, bitch? During which apocalypse did you die? Because I was busy. So then we cut, or Buffy's like, okay, that was weird. And she's like, but who cares? I'm going to go home. I think everything's fine here. Everything's fine.
Like, my stomach's still real.
She's like, I'm still, it's really touch and go still. And I'm afraid that if I laugh or cry, we might have an incident. And she's like, I don't have. I'm wearing white. I don't have my shirt and pants on. So, what the fuck? Oh yeah. So then we cut to this little pub, I guess. Or wait a minute. Was it a pub or was it a coffee shop?
Coffee shop.
Now that I think back, yeah, maybe it was a coffee shop.
It was a coffee shop.
I don't pay enough attention to these things. Anya is there, and she's just murdering a room full of people. I mean, I'm talking fists through chests, breaking off heads, ripping off limbs. It's crazy.
Just straight up murking people.
Yeah, it's nuts. No. She's sitting there with her fellow vengeance demon, Halfric. And Halfric is basically... she's basically breaking Anya's balls and being like, listen, you're really not that good of a vengeance demon anymore. Like, everybody's talking about how like, fucking your quality of work is the shits and yada, yada, yada. And she's just like, you know, and Anya's like, wow, cunt. Like, who died and left you, my fucking HR overlord? You know? But anyway, she tries to defend herself, but Halfric's kind of a bitch, so. Then we cut to Dawn, who's in class. We don't know what kind of class, but she's in a class. And Buffy comes bursting through the fucking door, scares everybody, and she's like, come on, Dawn, we have to go! We have to get the fuck out of here! And Dawn's like, and everybody's looking at Buffy, and then Buffy's like, sorry about that. And it's just a kind of a weird thing because I don't understand what makes Buffy suddenly calm down. Because when she busts in there, she's like, listen, look at me, Dawn, look at me. We gotta fuck off now. But then she's like, maybe I will not save you. I don't know. It's weird. It's because then she's suddenly just like, never mind. Just stay in class, and I will fuck off.
My take on it was, it seemed like she realized that she was embarrassing Dawn, so she kind of like.
Yeah, but I mean, if she was so like intent that like we gotta get the fuck out of here because you're gonna get killed, but then she's like, but listen, I don't want to embarrass you, so just chill and wait for death. I'm gonna fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
it was just odd.
I took it as like she suddenly realized, like, shit, I'm really embarrassing Dawn on her first day of high school, and like maybe I can do some more investigating and take care of this shit myself, you know, and then just kind of slowed her roll and backed off. That's all. That's my take on it.
Okay. God damn it. So shit. So then Dawn is like, basically, I'm assuming was she daydreaming, or was she just hallucinated it? But she looked over and saw this student was like, "Could I borrow a pencil?" And she's like, "No, fuck you." And he's like, "Wah," and then credits. No, so she hands him a pencil, and he's like, "Thanks," and he just stabs her in the fucking eye, and she falls on the floor screaming, but actually nothing happened. No one was even sitting there. And then she's like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And the teacher's like, "No. Sit down and piss in your chair like everyone else does." And she's like,
like literally everyone else, just piss in that chair.
Right. So no, she goes to the bathroom, and she meets a girl named Kit, and they fist fight for no reason right in the middle of the bathroom. Like it's like a territorial war. Dawn's like, "This is my bathroom, bitch," and Kit's like, "I was here first," and pulls out a switchblade, and Dawn has a flamethrower. It's a whole thing. I don't know. It's weird. Um, so, but Kit's all like wigged out because she's like, "Oh, I've seen things," and Dawn's like, "Ho,
Have you?
My sister's the Slayer. Have you really seen anything? By the way, I'm not real. I'm not even real.
I'm not even.
I am a cosmic queef. So top that."
Let me tell you about seeing some things. I'm not even real, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm
You're seeing shit right now.
You see a 16-year-old? I'm literally 3.
Right. 3. And I killed my mother.
I killed my mother.
So she's like, "Oh, it's okay, you know, we'll help each other out," and she kind of like got her arm over her, and she's like, "Come on, let's fuck off." And they get almost to the door when hands start busting through the floor, and then a big hole opens and they fall all the way to hell.
All the way to hell.
And when they land, obviously it's a long drop. Both of their spines are crushed. And so even if Buffy saves them, they're definitely going to be at the least paraplegic.
At least.
Yeah. Then we cut back to jolly old England.
Straight up Christopher Reeve.
Oh yeah. Well, he was a quadriplegic. These two are going to be paraplegic. Minimum. Chest down, minimum. Cut back to jolly old England, and Willow has had like a vision, and Giles is like, "Oh fuck, here we motherfucking go." And he's like, "What kind of vision?" And she's like, "Well, I dreamt you were a little bitch." No, I'm just trying to see if you're paying attention. So she saw, quote, the Earth's teeth. And he's like, "You mean the Hellmouth?" And she's like, "Yes, trying to be a little poetic." And so he's taught her that, well, the Coven and Giles have taught her that everything is connected. And that not everything that's connected to the Earth is good. No shit, Sherlock. It's taken you 7 fucking seasons to learn that fucking lesson? You lived in Sunnydale. So anyway, Dawn and Kit are now in the basement. That's where which, by the way, there were no floor joists whatsoever underneath that floor. No. It was just a floating fucking floor. So somebody was bound to fall through that bitch eventually. So they're roaming around in the basement, and they run into another student named Carlos. And he's like, "Dude, I saw a motherfucking straight up dead ass janitor who fucking ragged on me, and I thought it was just because I was smoking." And I was like, "You're in California. I'm pretty sure in California schools, like, you can just smoke in class, right? It's California." It's so liberal that I'm sure you can. No, but I was like, why would you go all the way down into this fucking basement to have a smoke? Why wouldn't you just
smoke in the bathroom like any other kids?
Duck into the bathroom and have a fucking puff. Maybe go outside, because it's a huge outdoor campus too. Go outside and fucking burn the porch down. But this guy decides, "Ooh, I'm going to go in the basement." So anyway. And then 3 dead people show up. The boy that Dawn saw in class, the girl from the mirror, and then some other freak who is carrying her head, which is severed. She's carrying it. And yeah, it's weird. So they tell him everybody dies at Sunnydale, and you will be no different. You too will die. And Buffy's like, or Dawn's like, will I though? Because listen, I'm in the opening credits, so they can't just bump me off that easily. And then one of the dead people's like, I got news for you. Remember Tara? Bitch is gone. No, that. So Dawn. Oh, by the way, we both failed to mention that much earlier in the episode, before they left for school. Well, I guess that would have been my responsibility. Never mind. Before they left for school, Buffy gave Dawn a gift, a first day of school gift or whatever, which was a cellular phone.
A mobile device, if you will.
A mobile, and it actually has a winder on the side of it. You have to go. No, but it was a flip phone with the pull-out antenna and shit. But so at this point, Dawn calls Buffy because they each have cell phones now. And she's like, "Bitch, you need to fucking get here. I'm dead people are gonna kill us." And Buffy's like, OMW. And so Buffy heads off and finds somehow finds the bathroom. To me, that's the funniest part. Because it's like, I don't know about you, but in my high school, there were like, I don't know, 6 or 8 bathrooms. Like, she's just like, listen, go to the bathroom and you'll see a hole and come down in there. And Buffy's like, which bathroom, bitch? There's like 11 in here.
Right. And Sunnydale High is, based on the outside,
fucking huge. Yes.
Fucking huge.
Yeah. And she's like, listen, this is going to take an hour minimum to figure out which bathroom.
You're going to have to fight those dead people off for at least like 2 hours.
At least 4 hours you're going to need to fight them off and pretend like you know you've learned some shit.
Right. She's like, I am going to need you to fend off those dead people until at least mid-season. Because that's how long this is going to take. Right.
She's like, minimum I might be there by series finale. So until then, hey, you know what? It'd be nice, too, because we won't have to see you anymore. Because no one likes you, Dawn. No one.
Right.
Or like, Michelle. We don't like either of you.
She's like, listen, it's going to be at least another 25 years and a reboot before I'm even going to be able to get to you. So.
And she's like, luckily by then, in real life, you'll be dead.
Wow.
Wow! Okay. So Buffy does miraculously, on her first attempt, find the correct bathroom, sees the hole, jumps down in the hole, starts kind of investigating around down there, finds this room. She goes into it, or at the doorway, really. Who meets her there but a disheveled Spike?
A disheveled Spike.
Who has no shirt on for some reason. Hasn't combed his hair since his return from wherever the fuck he supposedly went to get his soul back. I've already forgotten. That's right. He went to Africa in like 10 minutes. And
right.
Yeah. So I find it funny that he's returned from Africa with his soul and was like, where shall I go? I got it. I'll go to the new high school and haunt the basement. Like, what? Like, what? Okay. So then he's all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But why don't you tell us a little bit more and take us into that, Ames J?
No, I don't want to. No.
Okay. Well, I cannot force you, so.
No. So, like, Buffy is clearly in a stupor at seeing Spike back and questions if he's real, and he proceeds to ramble very incoherently, and he's just mumbling all sorts of gibber. It's hilarious, honestly. Like,
he's like, I like turtles.
And Buffy notices the scratches on his chest, and she's like, what did you
happened to
do?
you? And they're just like little. They're not that deep. They're not that big of a deal.
And he tells her that he tried to cut it out. Um, that in his insane monologuing, he does convey to Buffy that the dead students are manifest spirits raised by a talisman as opposed to zombies or ghosts. And she's like, all right, thanks. And she fucks off and calls Xander. And she's like, you have to find this talisman and destroy it. And Xander's like, okay, sweet. Thanks for giving me little to nothing to go on for this project.
She's like, listen, it's in a bathroom. And he's like, all right.
Right. So then she hears Dawn caterwauling away, and she scampers off to rescue her. And at some point, Xander also shows up, and Buffy and Xander are fighting these spirits, and then Xander manages to destroy the talisman, and the spirits disappear. At which point, Buffy sends Dawn and Kit and Carlos back to class, which I would be like, fuck you, I'm not going back to class. I'm going to skedaddle on home.
This day is done, okay?
Done. Like, Dawn, maybe, I would be like, you go back to class, because this is a Tuesday.
This is mild.
Right, this is a Tuesday for you. Kit, Carlos, you go home. You just take the rest of the day. Hell, take tomorrow if you need to.
Get some counseling. Maybe get a drug habit. Whatever.
Right. So this is all happening now outside of the basement, in the halls of Sunnydale, and Principal Wood has seen it, and he's impressed that Buffy convinced Kit and Carlos not only to socialize, but to also go to class.
And to get a drug habit.
And he tells her that they're the only two students with school records as big as Buffy's had been. Which, how the fuck does he know this?
Not only that, let's just put that aside. Let's say he does know somehow, magically. How could they have a record as big? This is their first day of school.
Right.
So
unless we're presuming that, like, their records from grade school and middle school transferred to high school, and they were always, which I'm willing to buy into that. I'm willing to buy into that to some extent. What I am not willing to buy into is that he somehow managed to get... Why would he have Buffy's high school record? For one, the fucking high school blowed the fuck up. Like, those records are gone.
Yep.
Dude. Like, so I don't know. That was kind of like, what? So anyway, he proceeds to offer her a job as a counselor. Because clearly she is totally
qualified for that position.
Right. She was clearly trouble all throughout school. He's got records of that, apparently. She hasn't managed to finish college, so she has absolutely no qualifications and or necessary education or degreeing for this job. So
her latest job has been at a fast food burger restaurant.
Right.
So she qualifies.
Right. Of course, she gladly accepts because she would like to be able to keep an eye on the Hellmouth, the school, Dawn, and
he's all like the money's really bad.
Right.
And I'm like, is it though? Because she works at McDonald's, so
right. And she has also apparently decided that he is suspect as well.
Yes.
We find out, or have found out, over the course of this episode.
He is very sus.
Right. So
and he doesn't
then
even like to ride the bus.
Right.
And his uncle's name is Gus.
Right. So then we cut back to Spike, who is huddled in the corner of his little basement room, and he's rambling about how he's got a speech prepared for Buffy, but she wouldn't understand it. And at that point, Warren appears and is walking around Spike, or pacing back and forth in front of him, and he starts to monologue about how great he is, at which point he turns into Glory, and then Adam, and the mayor, and Drusilla, and the master, and they're each continuing this speech about how they're great, and all of this, and it's them, like, they're manifesting their own personalities and their own mannerisms and their own, manner of speech. And we get to the master, and he says it's not about right and it's not about wrong, and then it turns into Buffy and says it's about power, kind of, two side of the coining Buffy's speech about power at the beginning of the episode. And that is our episode, Jeremy.
That is our episodic program.
Yes, it is. Jeremy.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you
Sir?
like to play everybody's favorite game, Body Count?
Well, I'm going to say zero, because I don't think that the zombie things count, but whatever.
So if we don't think that they count, then we're talking 2. We've got the girl stabbed at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
And then the vampire that Buffy beheaded. If we're counting the spirits,
5.
Then we've got 5.
Yeah, okay. So I was super close.
Sure. This episode, music-wise, we had Strange Radio with So High, and we have new series composer Douglas Raymond Stevens with where did it go? I just had it. Our original score, but also the original compositions, Istanbul, Lesson 1, Just in Time, in Westbury Field, and It's About Power, which I believe went, I've got the power!
No?
And that's all I have, Jeremy. So, could you please tell me, on our sliding scale of 1 to 5, how many insane rambling spikes do you give this episode?
I am going to give it 2.5 insane rambling spikes. It's not a terrible episode at all. It's just kind of, and I feel like this is a common thread for first episodes of seasons of this show, that they're never terrible, but they're just kind of, like table setting kind of episodes, kind of like reintroduction to some characters, setting the table, like I said, and it does that. It accomplishes that, but it doesn't do anything, like, oh. Because even the end with the morphing, whatever the fuck that is, morphing to different people, it's just like, okay, it's another big bad, you know.
Right. But and also, like, without giving spoilers, if you've been watching the series up till this point, I remember when I first saw this episode, my first instinct was, oh, we've seen this bad guy before.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
oh, and I wanted to say, it seems like the show is trying to set up a new little trio of friends there with Kit, Carlos, and Dawn, which I don't want to give anything away, so I won't say anything, but it seems like the show is trying to, because Buffy says to him before she tells them all to get out of her fucking face, she's like, you guys should stick together, and, you can watch each other's backs, and wash each other's backs, you know what I'm saying? And Carlos is like, wow, 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 and then Dawn and Kid are both like, we're lesbians, and Carlos kills himself.
Also, they're children.
None of them are fucking children. Well, maybe no, I think she was even 18 by now. I don't fucking know. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, so I mean, it's just kind of one of those episodes where it's like it's not bad, but it's also not like it did go kind of quickly. I'll give it that. It didn't drag.
Even with our bullshitting for half an hour before we got into the episode, we still flew through it pretty quick.
Yeah, and that's kind of the way it watched. Also, yeah. It was wasn't a lot of bullshit, and it does set the table. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep her there at the halfway point and give it that. So, James. On our sliding scale of 1 to 5, tell me and our delicious listeners, how many dual ear-ringed, bald-headed principals do you give this episode?
I give this episode, and this may be a first for me because I'm not big on half points, so I don't know that I've ever given half points, but I am going to give it a 2.5.
Okay.
I don't think it's bad enough to go full 2. Because I feel like 1 and 2 is just like bad. And then
just a kick in the dick.
Right, and then like 3 is in the middle kinda, and then 4 and 5 obviously. But it's not a bad episode, but it's not quite a good episode. So I'm gonna give it a 2.5. Yeah, and man, as much as Buffy tends to knock it out of the park with their like season finales, like their season openers have always been kind of like
always a little bit of a popcorn fart.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's very much setting the table for the season. So yeah, and I will say Spike is funny. Like this like kind of insane rambling version of Spike is funny, and that's going to be reoccurring throughout several episodes. I don't know how long exactly, because obviously I haven't watched past like the first 3 episodes, or the first 6 episodes. But at least for first 6 episodes, it's a reoccurring thing. And I don't remember how long it lasts. But that being said, I'm still not a fan of this, like the Spike, the sold Spike thing, because fans can debate it all they want. This was not the intention when Spike went to Africa.
Nope.
Like, I'm sorry that the writers did not deliberately mislead us. The writers changed their minds literally at the last minute.
Yep.
And decided to do this.
Wait, it'll make us look even better if we make it like we meant this to be what
Right.
No.
There was I will die on this hill. I said it at the end of last season. I'm saying it now. There was nothing in Spike's dialogue from the time he left Sunnydale till the time he got his soul back that would ever indicate to anybody who thinks rationally that his intention was to get his soul back. Not in the least bit. I'm sorry.
Yep. I agree. We have been on the same page with this from the get-go.
Yeah, so I still don't like this angle. I'm with you. It felt very much like they were setting up like Dawn and Kit and Carlos to be like junior Scoobies.
Yeah, you know? Like junior, like, and that, like, I was just like back in the day when this was new, I was thinking, oh, so this is how they're going to get some new blood into the Scooby gang and blah 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 blah. No.
Right. Yeah, spoiler alert, this goes fucking nowhere.
Yeah, this goes literally nowhere. They went so far as to give these characters first and last names, give them quite a place in this first episode, have Buffy have a scene with them saying, you know, you guys should stick together, watch each other's backs, blah, 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 blah. Eventually, I'm going to let you in my superhero team, and that's how we'll fill out the ranks since we murdered a whole bunch in the last couple of seasons. So get ready. And then the writers were like, nah, fuck it.
They even, like, Dawn and Kit and Carlos were even brought together by a harrowing experience, very much in the vein of Buffy and Xander.
Welcome to the Hellmouth.
Right. Like, it was perfectly set up. And honestly, I was okay with it. I was like, I don't mind. Like, let's bring some fresh blood in here. It gives us another way into the new Sunnydale High, other than Buffy being, you know, a counselor there.
Willow, Giles, and fucking Anya and Tara are all gone now. They're not part of the Scoobs, so we need some fresh blood.
Right. And
so it would make sense, but the writers were like, listen, this is way too perfect, and it works far too well. I have an idea, guys. Let's pretend like this never happened, and we'll never mention it again.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what they did.
Yep. But it's a 2.5, and those are all the reasons why, and that's all I have to say about that.
All right. Well, James, did you know if you go to BuffyRevisited.com, you will arrive at a landing page that will give you links to the video version of the podcast on YouTube?
What?
Yes. It'll give you our email address, which is BuffyRevisited@gmail.com.
For real?
Yeah. It'll give you a link to the audio only version, and it'll give you a link to some questionable pornography.
No.
And by questionable, I mean really weird. Like, just really weird stuff.
That's not true.
There's some Germans nailing balls to step stools. No, it's really weird. It's out there.
I worry about you, my friend.
No, but that's where you can find our links to anything to do with the Buffyverse Revisited Slade. I said it backwards. That's where you'll find it, is at BuffyRevisited.com.
Yes.
And you know what we're doing next week, James?
What?
We're going to be checking out Season 7, Episode Deuce, Beneath You.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
It's happening. It is happening.
I will say, I feel like this may be if not the first season opener, the first one in a few seasons where we are introduced to all the major plot lines from the get-go.
Yeah, we are. Although you don't really
realize it.
Yeah, you don't realize it until a little bit later on. But yeah, you're right. I think you're probably right. For the first time ever, you're finally right about something.
Wow.
Anyway, James, you got anything left you want to say to the audience? No? Okay, good. Uh, no, you got anything else you'd like to say to wrap up?
No, no.
All right, then. Thanks for joining us, everyone, this week. And here we are cooking on Season 7. And we will be seeing you next week for Season 7, Episode 2, Beneath You. Until then, I've been one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
I am your other host, James.
Ta-ta.
Turns where the fallen stand.